Hello again, everybody. This is Steve. I've got one. This isn't a dream this time. This is something that I thought was a really interesting but somewhat weird miracle. And I say weird not in a derogatory sense, weird as in different, something that I'm not used to. I'd like to be used to this. I think this would be one that would be cool to have as a, like a regular thing, but it's definitely not something that's normal for me. Basically put, what happened was, this is way back last year, around November 22nd. And the summary of it is that I had this bottle of strawberry juice in my fridge that I'd opened that I wanted that I was using to make one of my favorite drinks, which the drink is amazing. You'll love it. I'll tell it to you in another time because it's not relevant here. But one of the ingredients is strawberry juice. Anyways, and the problem with this is the strawberry juice is pasteurized, which means that there's zero preservatives in it. That also means that it has a short shelf life in the fridge once it's opened, regardless if it's refrigerated or not. Less so if it's not, but still it has a short shelf life. Anyhow, due to some things I had coming up, I needed to go completely sugar-free for a few months. The problem with that was, by the time I was supposed to come off that sugar fast, this juice would have gone bad. So I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? And, I don't want to waste this because this is like a whole bottle, and a good sized bottle too, of strawberry juice. And I was like, oh man, I'm going to end up having to waste this because I just started with the bottle. And I'd used, probably a good third of the bottle already. And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to end up having this remaining 2/3 go bad on me. And I was thinking, man, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? God, I need some answer here. What am I going to do about this juice? Do I just drink it straight? Which it's tart, but it's not super tart. Because I mean, if you eat strawberries raw, which I'm sure a lot of you have, they're a little bit tart, but they're not like super tart. Not like eating a lemon or something. But I was like, okay, I could just drink this straight, or I can do something else. What would you like me to do? He didn't say a thing. So I thought, great. Well, I'll keep praying about it and see what he says and go from there. I'm just kind of doing my thing and, just working around the house and cleaning and stuff like that. And I decided to go in and grab something out of the fridge. And as I opened the door, the juice bottle was sitting, I think, on the second shelf. And the thing that's funny is, to get the juice bottle open, you had to take this great big safety seal, or the plastic safety seal, off of it. And it was very obvious when that safety seal wasn't there. Well, I opened the fridge. This is like a few hours after I prayed. I opened the fridge, and I kid you not, that bottle was full again, and the safety seal was back on it. And it wasn't, I wasn't like, oh, I must have made a mistake and thought I actually opened this bottle. No, I opened the bottle. I remember pouring it out, measuring it, and everything. And I opened the fridge, and that bottle was full. It was resealed. It was back to being shelf stable. And I was like, what? I've heard of this happening to other people. I had never had it happen to myself. And I was just sitting there. I was disbelieving. I was actually like, did I forget that and think that I'd opened this and I hadn't actually opened it? But then I started I started counting things in my head and, recounting everything that I'd done. I thought, no, I've actually used out of this bottle. I have the jugs of juice that I made with it sitting in the fridge. What? That just completely blew my mind. And, I pulled it out and put it back on the shelf with the other one, because I only had 2 of these bottles. And I had opened one, and I had the other one on the shelf still. And I remember taking that bottle out of the fridge, and like I say, it was resealed, it was full again, and the safety seal was back on it, just like I had never touched it. And honest to goodness, I would swear under oath that I had used out of that container. Like I say, I remember distinctly using out of that container. So, anyways, I just thought you guys would find that interesting, because that still tickles me to this day that God did that. Because like I say, I've heard of it happening to other people, but it never happened to me before that time, and that just, I thought that was so cool. I was like, thank you. So that I could go on my sugar fast and not have to worry about using it up somehow or whatever like that. Because I also had, it was more than just a sugar fast. I had a full foodless fast. Now, not like without water. I had to drink water because if I don't drink water, I just, I get like these great big headaches and body aches, and it's just I'm absolutely miserable if I don't get enough water each day. So I couldn't like stop drinking water on my fast. I was having to do just a food fast, and I also had a sugar fast mixed in with that. Which if you've ever done a food fast and a sugar fast and started them both at the same time, don't. That is the most miserable experience. Start your sugar fast first. Let your body get used to not having the sugar. Then do your food fast. Then it's not so bad. But anyways, that's a whole other story. Anyways, I just thought I would share that with you guys because I thought that was just neat that happened. And like I said, I've told my dad, I've told other people, and they all believe me. Some of them might be a little, okay, I believe you, but I'm not sure how to process this. But they believe me because who am I to lie? I'm not going to lie about something like that. I think that's really cool. I felt very blessed by God. And, like I say, that was never something that had ever happened to me that I could think of. Now, I have had something similar happen where I went out on a shopping trip. And no, I didn't steal anything. But I went out on a shopping trip and I had $80, four $20 bills in my wallet. And I stopped at 4 stores and spent $20 at each store. And when I came home, I still had $80 in my wallet. Now, you tell me that wasn't a God miracle. Because I counted that money before I went over, and I know I had $80, and I know I spent $80, and then I came home with $80. So it's not, it's not that I haven't had miracles like that. It's just I haven't had this particular kind. So, and just as a point of example, I've had other people who've told about, they've had bottles of water that they would drink the bottle down, and as soon as they took it from their lips, the bottle would literally fill up in front of them, in front of their eyes. They would, they'd go from an empty bottle to a full bottle. They've had bottles of olive oil that have done that. Like they would use up a bunch of the olive oil in the bottle, and the bottle would fill back up. Mine went a little bit further. Mine, the whole bottle not only refilled, but it resealed and everything just like it had never been used. So anyways, I'll leave it at that. And I thought you guys would find that really interesting because God does some pretty awesome stuff whenever we actually need it. Now, he won't necessarily do this for us if we don't need it. Like we're just trying to, have him show off or something. Now, he might want to, but, if it's something that we actually need, he's more than happy to provide for us. And I've got several examples in my life. Others have got examples of that too. And it'd be interesting to find out if any of you have had anything like that in the past. So anyways, I'll leave it at that, and I'll catch you guys later.